Hello yogis and welcome to my channel. Today's yoga practice is a workout for aiming towards weight loss in a mindful manner. We're using, oh hello, there I am. We're focusing on the legs and the arms more so in this workout, but we will be working all the major muscle groups. I'm using 2 blocks. You don't have to use blocks for this workout, this yoga practice, but if you feel that you need some space for safe alignment, then please do use blocks. So if you're ready, come and join me on the mat, grab some water, grab your blocks if you're using them. Hello again, and let's begin. Let's begin seated at the back of the mat. I'm choosing to sit in Vajrasana, kneeling so I can stretch my quads, but if Sukhasana, cross-legged, is easier, then please do. It's quite sunny at the minute, so I'm just popping my sunglasses on because the sun's straight in my eyes. So sit up tall through our centre channel, pelvic floor lifted, navel up and in. And drop into the breath. Close off the eyes and just notice the breathing. Don't try and change it or control it. This is our time on the mat. Put aside anything that's on your to-do list. It will still be there after. Lower the chin to the chest, and on an inhale, circle the head up and round to the right, and on an exhale, down and round to the left. Reverse the circle, inhale up and round to the left. Once you're at the top, exhale down and round to the right. Bring the head back to center, coming forward onto all fours, wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips, pressing away from the yoga mat, navel up and in, into our tabletop here. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the gaze into our cow, our Bittilasana. Exhale, curling from the tailbone, rounding through the spine, chin to chest, cat. Inhale, Bittilasana. Arching the back, elbows are straight. Exhale, Majariasana, our cat. Really feel the stretch through the shoulder blades. One more round. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Enjoy these moves. Return to neutral. Bring the hands just slightly in front, ready for down dog. Curl the toes. Exhale, rising up into our Ardha Mukha Svanasana, our first down dog. And then take it for a pedal. Now your knees can be as bent as they need to be. This is all about having a lovely stretch through the back. And with time the hamstrings will give, but there is no rush to get the heels to the mat. So you can see my knees are bent generously here so that my back is in a lovely stretch. Shoulders are away from the ears. Heels aiming towards the mat, but they don't need to touch. Inhale the right leg up, breathing here. 3-legged dog. Stretching, feel that stretch. Then exhale, bring that right foot back down, lower the knees. If you're using blocks, grab your blocks, rise up and step that right foot through. Now if it's in your practice to step through to lunge from down dog, please do. Inhale, rising up, palms together, exhale, left elbow onto or outside of the right knee. And if you want to, curl the back toes and float that back knee up. So we're either in a twisted low lunge here or a twisted high lunge. Exhale, unravel, frame the feet, and then push back, come back to kneeling, and then let's meet in a half plank. Navel in, exhale, dip, inhale, rise. 4 I think, tricep dips here. Exhale, lower, all the way down. Inhale, rise to Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, bow, navel up and in. Push back to all fours, curl the toes. Exhale into our Ardha Mukha Svanasana, our down dog. Second down dog, so take it for another pedal. Remembering to keep those shoulders away from the ears and try to make sure the weight is even throughout the hands, fingertips and knuckles. Then find some stillness again. Navel is into the spine. Breathing here. Inhale, rise that left leg up into a three-legged dog. 3 breaths here. And either exhale, knee to nose, step it through to your low lunge, or lower the knees, rise up to kneeling and bring that left foot through. So we're in our low lunge position. Find your focal point. Oh, I've got something sharp under my mat, so I'm just going to move that. Then find your focal point, gathering everything into the midline. Inhale, rise up into our low lunge. Exhale, palms together, right elbow to the left knee, gaze possibly over the shoulder or not if you're feeling unsteady. And if you would like, see if you can float that back knee up. So again, we're either in a twisted high lunge or a twisted low lunge. Either is fine. 3 breaths here. Exhale, frame the foot. Lower that back knee, push through that front heel, come back to a half plank. Exhale, more tricep dips. So you exhale, lower, inhale, rise. Exhale, lower, inhale, rise. Exhale all the way to the belly, point the toes. Inhale, cobra, shoulders down the back. Exhale, bow. Navel up and in, push back through all fours on your inhale, curl your toes. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale the right leg up, then stack the hips, bending the knee so that heel is aiming for the buttock. You may be gazing under your right shoulder, really trying to lift that knee high, opening that hip, then square and straighten, and either exhale, step through to your low lunge, or lower that foot, lower the knees, rise back up, bring that right foot through, back into our low lunge. Keep it into a runner's lunge now, so the back knee is lifted. Find your focal point, squeezing everything into the midline. Rise up into your high lunge. Everything is working here. On your exhale, bring your left arm forward, right arm back. So we're into a twist here. Maybe your gaze will look to the back, maybe not. Trying to get that right quad or hamstring parallel to the mat, but don't worry if it's not. Exhale, lower the right arm to the back of the left thigh, and then inhale that left arm up. So we've got a lovely stretch. Return back to our arms level. On an exhale, sweep that right hand down, then inhale back up into a crescent high lunge. Cactus arms on an exhale. Inhale again, arms up. Exhale, frame the foot. You can step back to plank from here if that's in your practice. Otherwise, lower that back knee. Push through that front heel. Come back to kneeling, and then let's meet in full plank. So we're pressing away from the yoga mat with our hands. Navel is up and in. Our heels are spiking to the back of the mat, and our quads are active because our kneecaps are lifted. Navel drawing up and in. 5 breaths here in total, so keep breathing. Come forward slightly, exhale, lower all the way down. You can lower the knees if you need to. Inhale, rise up to Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, bow. Navel up and in, push through all fours on your inhale, curl your toes. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana, down dog. Inhale your left leg up, 3-legged dog. Bend that knee, bring that heel aiming towards your left glute and stack the hips, trying to open that hip. Breathing here. This is hard work. Square and straighten the leg. Either exhale, bring the foot through to your low lunge or lower the knees. Rising up, bring that left foot through, and let's all come into a runner's lunge so our back knee is lifted. Find your focal point, squeezing everything into the midline. Inhale, rise up to your high lunge. Breathing here. Working hard. On an exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Gaze may follow, may not. Try and keep those shoulders down the back. 3 breaths here. Exhale, bring that left hand to the back of the right thigh. Inhale the right arm up. Almost like a reverse twisted high lunge. Come back to the arms parallel. Exhale, lower that left arm, gaze forward, sweep the arms up on an inhale. Exhale, cactus arms, really squeezing those shoulder blades together. Inhale, rise the arms back up. Exhale, runner's lunge, framing that foot. Either step back to plank from here or lower the knees, push through that front heel. Come back to kneeling and we'll all meet in plank, phalakasana. Breathing here, pushing those heels to the back of the mat. Quads are active, navel is up and in, shoulders away from the ears. Breathing here, then exhale, lower all the way to the belly or lower the knees first. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, bow. Navel up and in, push back through all fours, curl your toes. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, bring it through or lower back down to your knees. Rise up to kneeling, bring that right foot through. Come back into our runner's lunge, then into a warrior one stance. Foot is at 45 degrees. Inhale, rise up. So the weight is into the back heel of that left foot. So we're stretching the calf. Hips are aiming for the front, but they may not be quite there. Then come onto the toes. So we're back into a high lunge position. Hands together, exhale, lower, inhale, rise, exhale, lower, inhale, straighten both legs, exhale, dipping down, inhale, rise, exhale, lower. We're doing 8 of these lunge squats. And return to our high lunge position, slightly dipped a bit lower. And then on your exhale, pull your elbows down, bringing your shoulder blades together. Inhale, arms up. So we're working our quads hard here, while we're also working our shoulders, upper arms. Again, 8 of these. Come into aeroplane arms, leaning slightly forward. Bring that back foot up a little bit, find your focal point on the ground, navel in. We're coming into warrior 3. So we're aiming to get that left leg parallel and the body parallel. And then exhale, dip that right knee, inhale, lengthen. 4 of these. This is hard work. Don't worry if you keep balancing, wobbling over. On an inhale, rise that left knee up and forward. So we've got the foot flexed and now cycle that knee. Inhale, lift the knee, exhale, extend and lower. Inhale, lift the knee, exhale, extend and lower. Really working our hip flexor and quads here. Inhale, lift the knee, hold it there. Then carefully see if you can come back to your warrior 3. This will need time to work on. Exhale, lower that foot back down. Carefully, if you can. Inhale, rise back up to our high lunge. Exhale, bow back down to our runner's lunge. Either step that front foot back to the back foot or push through that foot and we meet in phalakasana, in plank. Come into side plank, place that left hand in the middle of the mat, rotate onto the feet and then lift that right arm up to the sky, lifting the hips high, navel drawing in. Hard work here, we're working everything. Exhale, come back down to plank. Lower halfway if you can, then lower all the way, rising up into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog or cobra. Bow, navel up and in, push back through all fours, curl the toes, exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana, down dog. Inhale the left leg up. And either exhale, knee to nose, step it through, or lower that foot down, bend the knees, rise up into kneeling and step that left foot through. Into a warrior 1 with your back foot. Then when you're ready, find your focal point, rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Again, the weight is coming into the back heel. Front knee is bent slightly or generously depending on your stretch. Then pivot onto the toes of the back foot. Come into a high lunge position. Fingers, index finger pointing up, palms together overhead. Exhale, lower. Inhale, straighten both legs. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, rise. 8. Stay down, so you're just hovering above, and we'll do the arms. So on your exhale, pull your elbows down and your shoulder blades together. Inhale, bring the arms back up. 8 of these. Inhale, arms up, exhale down. Come into aeroplane arms, leaning forward, find your focal point on the ground, shimmy that back foot a couple of bits up, coming into warrior 3 on this side. Once you're ready, exhale, dip that left leg, inhale, straighten it. Exhale, bend the left knee slightly, inhale, straighten. You will be wobbling and that's absolutely fine. Exhale, bend that left knee again, inhale, straighten. One more. Inhale, straighten up. And then on your next inhale, see if you can bring that right knee up and through, foot is flexed. So we're working the hip flexor, and let's cycle. Inhale the knee up, exhale, extend and lower. Inhale up, exhale, extend the leg and lower. Inhale up, exhale, extend the leg and lower. Inhale, bring that knee back up. And see if you can come back into your warrior 3. So the standing leg is working really hard here. And then hopefully with some sort of control, place that right foot back down, back into your high lunge. Exhale, frame the foot, runner's lunge, and either slide that front foot back to the back foot to meet in plank, or come back into kneeling, then come into plank. And side plank on the right side. So right hand to the middle, rotating onto the edges of the feet. Left arm up, looking up to the sky if you can. Navel is in and you're lifting those hips as high as you can. Five breaths here. Gaze back down to the mat. Return to plank. Exhale, lower down slowly. Come halfway, hold for a breath cycle. Then exhale the rest of the way. Inhale, cobra or Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, up dog. Exhale, bow. Inhale, push back through all fours, big toes together, knees as wide as the mat, and bring the forehead down either to the mat, or if it doesn't quite reach, bring it to a block. And the hips are aiming back for the heels. I'm having to work on my flexibility at the moment because I'm recovering from a back injury, which is doing really well, but it's now just got to learn to stretch again. So I'm using blocks and waiting for my body to become flexible again. Inhale, rise back up to all fours, curl the toes, exhale, down dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, either bring it through, knee to nose, or rise up to your kneeling, and then place that foot to the outer edge of the mat. We're coming into lizard, Uttam Prasasana, an active lizard. So the foot is flat with the toes at the edge of the mat, the right foot. Left knee is lifted, spiking that heel to the back of the mat. Now at any point you can lower that back knee. You don't have to keep it lifted. Breathing here, lovely hip opener. Exhale, lower that back knee. Then heel toe that foot back into the midline, and then push back into our half splits. Exhale, folding over that front right leg, which is straight as you can get it. Doesn't have to be dead straight. And the further away your blocks are and the lower they are, the more the hamstring stretch that you'll feel. Try to avoid rounding through the back because that takes the stretch out of the hamstrings. And imagine you're pulling that right hip back. Exhale, come forward back into our low lunge. Inhale, back to half splits. Exhale, forward low lunge, looking up. Inhale, half splits. Exhale, forward low lunge. Inhale, half splits. Exhale, come back to your low lunge. Push back through that heel or slide your foot back to plank. We're in plank. Exhale, halfway down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, rising up to your Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, or Bhujangasana, your cobra. Exhale, bow, navel up and in, push back through all fours, curl the toes. Exhale into your down dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Let's repeat that on the left side. So inhale into your three-legged dog, lift that left leg. Exhale, knee to nose, bring the foot through or lower the knees, rising up. Bring that left foot through to the outer edge of the mat. Hands are on the inside, lifting that back knee. We're in our lizard, active lizard on this side. Breathing deep, and remember you can lower that back knee at any point. Uttan Prasasana. Exhale, lower that back knee. And if you're using your blocks, grab your blocks, heel toe that foot into the midline, then bring your hip back in line with your back knee, straighten that left leg, toes and knees up to the sky. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, then exhale, folding at the hips with a flat back. Choose your stretch. You want the level of sensation in the back of the thigh, calf area to be no more than a 4 to 5 out of 10. Try and keep a flat back. Try not to round through the back. You want the stretch to be in the hamstring. Exhale, come forward to low lunge. Inhale, push back to your half splits. Exhale, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Inhale, Ardha Hanuman, half splits. Exhale, Anjaneyasana. Inhale, Ardha Hanuman. Exhale, low lunge, looking up. Inhale, half splits, flat back. Come back to our low lunge, push through that front heel, come back to kneeling and then into our Phalakasana, our plank. Exhale, halfway down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Exhale, inhale, then exhale all the way down. Rise up on an inhale to Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, up dog or cobra. Exhale, bow, navel up and in. Inhale, back through all fours, curl the toes. Exhale into our down dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale the right leg up, open that hip up again, so bend that knee, stacking the hips, lifting that knee up, gazing under the right shoulder, square and straighten the leg. Exhale, bringing that right knee behind the right wrist, then turning the feet, that right foot towards the left side of the mat as you extend that left leg back. Make sure that you're keeping the right foot flexed to protect the knee. So we're up on our hands here in our pigeon, our Ardha Kapotasana. 5 breaths here. Try to keep the hips level, and if your right hip is really high, it can be really good to put a block under it to stop you twisting. Bring the right hand in line with the right foot and bend into that left knee and see if you can grab that left foot and pull it in towards your buttock. Mermaid pose for a lovely quad stretch. You'll know how deep you want to pull that heel in. Breathing here. Carefully on an exhale, release that leg. Bring the hands back under our shoulders, curl the back toes. Carefully with the navel in, inhale back to a 3-legged dog if you can. Then come forward in a 3-legged plank. Exhale all the way down to the mat. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, bow. Navel up and in, push back through all fours. Curl the toes, exhale into your Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale your left leg into a 3-legged dog and open those hips, so stack the hips, bending the left knee, heel aiming for the buttock, lifting that left knee as high as you can, squeeze, 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 then square and straighten the leg. Exhale, bring that left knee behind the left wrist and the left foot's coming across to the right side of the mat while we extend the right leg long. Make sure your left foot is flexed. Rising up, Ardha Kapotasana. Don't forget to breathe. Plant the palms, curl the back toes, lift that back knee, and then with your navel in, inhale that left leg back up to your three-legged dog. And then if you can, otherwise lower that back, the left leg, come forward to three-legged plank, exhale all the way to the mat. Inhale, up dog or cobra, exhale, bow. Navel up and in, push back through all fours. Big toes together, knees as wide as the mat, coming into a wide-legged child's pose again. Hips aiming back towards the heels, forehead to the mat or to a block, arms stretched out in front. Breathing here. Enjoy the rest. Inhale, rise back up to tabletop. Carefully coming down onto our backs, being mindful through transitions. Lift your hips up and over to the right of the mat, feet together, lower the knees to the left, arms out to the side, and if you want to stretch across the chest, cactus arms. Supta Matsyendrasana, laying spinal twist. If your right shoulder is lifting, or you're feeling that the back is overstretched, place a block or two blocks under your knees. Send the breaths to the lumbar spine. Exhale the navel in, then on an inhale, bring that right knee up, followed by the left. Then carefully move the hips to the left of the mat, feet together, lower the knees to the right. Either onto a block or straight down to the floor. That left shoulder should now be grounded on the mat. Exhale the navel in. Keeping that navel in, inhale the knees back up to center. Then recenter your hips, bring the soles of your feet together, heels in towards the groin area, and then let the knees drop apart. Supta Baddha Konasana, brush off any ants that might be on you. Hands on the belly, and then just take some lovely deep belly breaths here. So on the in-breath, you'll really feel your belly rising, pushing those hands up. And on your out breath, you'll feel your belly fall. So good for us. Uses all the lungs, and often we don't exchange the air at the very base of our lungs. Stimulates our calming side of our fight and flight nervous system, our parasympathetic nervous system, which balances our stress hormones. Cortisol is a stress hormone that leads to weight gain around the middle, so this is really good to do. Then on an inhale, bring your knees back together and extend your legs as long as and as wide as the mat. Let your feet drop out, arms just away from the sides of your body, palms up. Shavasana, our final resting pose where our body integrates all the work that it has done. And we continue in this pose to be activating our parasympathetic nervous system, reducing our stress hormones. Let the breathing be normal, but just notice the breath. Keep the mind on the breath. Start to bring some movement back into your fingers and toes, rotating your wrists and ankles. Stretch up overhead. Then bend into the knees and roll onto any side, doesn't matter which, and using your arms, rise up into a seated position. Can be cross-legged or kneeling, whatever works for you, brushing off bits of pine forest. Bring the arms, palms up together overhead, gathering in all this wonderful energy, bring it down to your heart center. Bowing your head to your hands, thanking yourself for taking the time to really look after your body. Namaste. I hope you have enjoyed this practice. It may take a bit of practice, that's the whole point of yoga. We come to our mat to practice, but if you keep working on this along with my other yoga for weight loss videos, you really will see a difference. Click the subscribe button below if you haven't done so already, and please leave me a comment. Thank you so much for watching.